Damn, son.
What the fuck
Where'd
is
you
up, guys?
find
It is
this?
Quan the Destructor here for another session of Bando and Chill. I have my good friends here with me today, as always.
Young Cushy and Kyle the Oak Tree, as always.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. So,
It's great to be here.
yes. Today we're gonna tackle one topic. Kyle is gonna lay the topic on us today.
The difference between adopting a kid and having a natural born kid.
Okay, so why don't you pick
immediately? Yeah, let's get into that
like,
first.
Yeah, I feel like it's very important because if you think about it this way, it's like we keep seeing like the Earth, like all the sources being depleted or whatever, and I feel like we keep overpopulating, and then there's some people who are like, oh shit, I didn't want the kid, made a mistake, then they put the kid up for adoption.
There are also people who get abortions too.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing, but
that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going towards overpopulation.
Oh yeah,
but
of course.
But there always is the factor of adoption, and conceiving a child.
Yeah, but also a lot of people don't really have easy access to abortion or anything like that, and so sometimes they just gotta have a kid.
Yeah, and then they just take it in, or they just give it up and hope that they have a better family, a better life.
Exactly. So in your opinion, Kyle, which would you prefer to do? Would you rather conceive a child, or would you rather adopt a child? Would you do both, or?
I'm in the mix. It just depends on the situation, but I lean more towards adoption because I mean,
what really?
Yeah,
I mean, strike me as an adoption kind of person.
Because the only reason why is because there's more regulations and more shit that you have to go through in order to adopt a kid. And if somebody really, really, really wants to have a family,
Well, do you know of the psychological effects behind being an adopted child? Do you know that there are a lot of negative psychological effects when it comes to adopting a child? You may be able to think that you can just adopt a child and it's going to go all peachy, but there's a lot of factors, especially if you adopt a child that's not your race.
Oh, yeah.
Especially. So this is why I'm going to have to say I think it's better to, if I had to pick, one or the other, I would definitely conceive my own child. Not saying I wouldn't adopt. I would totally adopt too. But then you got to keep those factors in mind. Those sociological, psychological factors of, hey, I'm adopting a kid. It's gonna be so easy. It's not gonna be fucking easy.
I mean, I went to school with like whole entire families that were just like adopted kids. Like it was just like a family that just adopted a bunch of kids, and they all seem like pretty happy people. I mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just I guess it also depends on how many kids that you would choose to adopt, because I feel like there's no limit there. When it comes there,
not really.
I mean,
think
about it. I mean, like they're gonna tell you, no, you can't adopt this child with nowhere to go. You can't do that. You have 5 already. Fuck no. They're not gonna be like.
They're just gonna be like, let's see, happy loving home, blah blah blah, and then here you go.
What about the young cushy corner? What do you have to say about this the oak tree topic?
Well, see, you brought up like the way. Like overpopulation, climate change, and whatnot, and how the world is today.
Yeah.
So, personally, that makes me wonder if I even want kids at all. Because just do I want to bring somebody into this world? And that at that point, at that stage, it might be a good idea to adopt somebody that just needs a home. But at the same time, it's like,
well, how do you know that your kid that you adopt won't do the same thing that you won't fucking conceive a child and then continue your family name? I mean, it's like doing the same. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, well, it would be up to
conceive a child, you adopt a child.
Well, I mean,
there's a chance that they'll continue your family. There's a chance they won't continue your family.
Well,
or you could just choose not to even fucking conceive a child.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it this way, though, whenever you do adopt, you can legally change the last name if you so please to. So it is still kind of carrying on the family name. It just wouldn't be your genetics.
Right, but I feel like some people wouldn't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
That they would be like, oh, fuck it. At least someone's taking over all my stuff and making sure my shit's okay. And
that's also another thing I want to bring up too is the genetic gene pool too. It's just
okay. Well, what about it in particular?
It's some things are just kind of some people are just really fucked up genetically, but they're like, yeah, I still want to have a kid, and then they have the kid, and then the kid's just dealing with all this shit.
This reminds me of, there's a story in the news right now. This Republican senator from Arizona just resigned because I guess his wife is infertile or whatever, she can't have kids, and so he was asking his colleagues if they wanted to be his surrogate mother so that they could have kids.
So that means then one of one of his people would conceive his child for him.
Yeah, but see, they were kind of, whenever he asked these people, they were kind of freaked out by it, and because of the way that he asked them and stuff like that, like he was being kind of weird about it, and like,
I mean, it's a weird topic to bring up. I mean,
it really is.
Especially in the workplace, you know, like it wasn't like
that sounds a little inappropriate, but
but he resigned because the ethics committee found him like unfit to serve, and so he was like, all right, I'll see you guys later.
All because he wanted to continue his family.
I guess so.
Yeah,
see,
that's kind of weird.
It's kind of fucked up.
Oh,
actually, that's
in a way, it sounds kind of fucked up, but at the same time, it's just like he could have done a better
job. Or he could have just adopted a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Did he even consider that option? Probably not.
Yeah,
No,
but he's
not.
like a social conservative fucking Republican, so he wants.
He wants his genes. He wants his pure fucking genes.
His
dude.
pure genes to be in there. Da da da.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's also like another topic that I would like to bring up too. And as weird as it sounds, a lot of people might say that's not the exact same thing, but it's like, as an example, like say adopting animals, it's like they're not your genetics, even though they're different species. It's like, yeah, I know,
but
it's not your genetics, but you still love them like family.
Yeah, but that gets into a
whole different topic.
Domestication, and animals are just fucking domesticated. They don't need to know their mothers because you become the mother.
Yeah,
you know, you become.
Yeah, they don't pay taxes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think in other countries
freeloaders.
they might fucking do that. In other countries, they might fucking have to pay taxes, but in America, I know animals have to pay taxes. But
that's for damn sure.
So, young Cushy, so how would you rather conceive? So you would rather adopt, huh? So if you had to pick.
Man, it's really tough. It depends who I'm with.
That's right.
Yeah.
Blame it on the overpopulation. Blame it on the economy. Blame it on the climate change.
Like, I'm 25 years old now. A lot of people have had kids before me, but like, I just don't feel like I live a life that's stable enough to like raise a child right now. Like, if I had a child, I would be.
We're not talking about like right fucking now.
Yeah,
you know, we're just talking in general.
Yeah,
you know,
just like as a generalization.
Man. Like, if you had the opportunity to adopt a kid right now, I mean, would you take that opportunity?
Fuck no.
See,
no.
What the fuck?
No.
Okay, hold the fuck up. So then you'd rather just have a child then?
No.
You'd rather just.
No,
have
but he
honestly don't even want. I don't want to have to take care of anybody, to be honest. But like, you know.
So you just want the young. You don't want a son Cushy.
I'm saying if I was wifed up, then maybe.
So you want to get married first?
Yeah.
So you believe
maybe
in
not
abortion?
married, but live with somebody for a long while. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got to think about it, and then hopefully everything goes very well, like, you know, like finances, and you got to prep for the kid. That's also another thing why I like.
I mean, even with adopting, I'm pretty sure there's like some adoption fees. I'm pretty sure.
There's definitely adoption fees.
Those things aren't cheap. You know?
They aren't cheap, and it's just like, I feel like it's kind of fucked. You know, like how it's like. Some people are just like, oh yeah, let's just go on ahead and have a kid. Oh, there we go. Now it's a whole lot
but some
cheaper.
people get their asses kicked into gear after they have a kid. Like, you know, maybe they like. But I've seen a lot of people bust their ass for their kid, and like.
See, that's the thing. You got to keep the. That's when we get back to the factors of everything. The more important factors of this whole fucking conversation, in my opinion, is, you know. Let's say someone has a kid and it was on accident. Let's say someone had a kid, they prepared for it. It all just depends on the situation.
Those are like understandable, but I mean, I'm just talking about along the lines of like people actually want the planet. Majority of the time, it's just like.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. It doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when you should have adopted.
Yeah.
Or you shouldn't have even had sex, or you know, it goes back. It goes back
way too deep.
There's a lot of contraceptives out there that can help with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just wish there were more like public access, you know.
Yeah, and you know, in the society we live in, you know, it's just not. That's just not a way people. I think people are still adjusting to the fact that there is an option of abortion. Controversial topic.
Yeah.
You know, but there's always that option. You know?
Oh yeah. I mean,
not everywhere, but I mean, in most places, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they try to like? I think they like shut down the Planned Parenthood building around here.
In the local area.
Exactly sure about that. And I think they like turned it into like a bar or something.
I believe so.
Damn.
I believe, yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, they turned it into that place called the Scene.
In our own local. Yeah. Oh shit! Really?
I think so.
Really?
Damn.
Damn. Now it's like a Scene kid hangout. That's fucking crazy. Damn, dude. See, just little shit like that, man.
Yeah. I mean, like, as like for the psychological aspect for, you know, say you do want to adopt a child or whatever, I'm pretty sure majority of the time that they're gonna feel like abandonment, and then they have abandonment issues. And I mean, I can connect with that really well.
I feel like eventually an adopted child, no matter what, is gonna eventually want some kind of clarity. They're gonna want some kind of like, they're gonna want something that's just gonna make, you know, it seem that everything's okay.
Yeah, well, it's
they're
like,
adopted.
it's kind of like the whole nature versus nurture thing. If you like, you know, take really good care of them, they'll probably be fucking fine and probably never
not
really
according
have like
to some psychological studies, Cody. Some say that, you know, the opposite. That, you know, you fucking do too much for an adopted child, that child could end up becoming a fucking psychopathic fucking murdering, killing motherfucker.
but anybody can become that.
But I mean,
yeah,
but that nature versus nurture shit is, I think it's a little bit more complex than that. It's not just, oh, you do a bunch of good things for a child that's gonna guarantee that they're gonna grow up and be so good. That's not. I don't think. I kind of disagree with that.
I think if you talk to them in a real manner about it, then, you know, they would just have a better understanding and know how that.
I think it
works.
really comes down to it. They're just gonna have to learn on their fucking own. You know,
I mean,
adopted or conceived. If from like a conceived child perspective, it would be different. They're gonna be like,
exactly.
oh, I have all this family. I gotta fucking. That's gonna annoy me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But when an adopted child, it's kind of like, what's the meaning of life? What's the fucking? Why am I? How did I end up here? Why did this happen?
I mean, I asked that
Shit
anyways.
like that.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it could drive an adopted person more crazy.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, that could be a thing.
that's not the real fucking.
But
problem.
also, let me go on ahead and bring this in there, because I mean, it kind of falls under the topic. Like, say for example, sperm donors. You know, sperm donors go on ahead and donate sperm, and then people are just like, I want to conceive a kid, and they're like, well, I just want that one. And then later on, the kid finds out that they're pretty much like a sperm donor baby, and then hell, there's even a TV show where people actually go and find out who their sperm donor was and see where they are later on in life.
See, dude, and I bet like majority of people on that TV show are white.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Because according to some, I don't know how recent these studies are, but I've looked into this. One time I was like, hey, I want to go donate some sperm. But most people would prefer white sperm donors, and it would be kind of hard to sell not white sperm in America.
Well, no, I mean, you can still make $100 off of yours.
Yeah, I mean, but shit, but no one's gonna fucking want it, you know?
Well,
I mean, you don't know
where we
that.
live.
You don't know that.
Fuck.
I mean, if you think about it this way, it's just like, well, later on you find out that they actually want to meet up with you. You'll be like, oh shit, that's cool.
I'll be like, what's up? I'll be like, just call me daddy.
Yeah, just call me dad.
You know what I'm saying?
okay, can people donate their eggs though?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, dude, it goes both ways, bro.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
You can donate a lot of shit.
How do you donate an egg?
Donate a lot of shit in your body, dude. You know?
That I don't really know, but
Probably
I know,
very carefully, I would imagine.
But I will say this: you can get more with an egg than you can with sperm. It's like $100.
Probably because females live longer.
Well, it could be that, but then also like it could be
more
harder
demand.
to get an egg.
They're probably in more demand of eggs.
Yeah,
too,
more
so.
demand of eggs, because I mean, hell, a guy can just sit there and just whack it and just spew in a cup and call it a day. It's like, all right, that's my $100 for like 6-7 minutes, or you know, sometimes half an hour, depending on. They're just like, man, these magazines aren't enough in this little office, you know.
Yeah. I wonder what's like. There's some sperm donor out there that just has like the most kids to his name. You know, that'd be.
I mean, there probably is.
Yeah.
You could probably Google that shit, bro. But you know,
Dude, we should.
I wish my Wi-Fi was faster.
fucking jack off awards and shit.
Yeah, just like I wonder if they're like, yeah, I would like to go on ahead and make 4 donations today, and then they just spew in 4.
They fucking
get
$400.
I don't think they let you do that.
Well, I was about to say
There's
it
a
doesn't
time
really,
limit. There's a
to
time
be honest, it doesn't really
Time
work.
limit, bro. I'll beat that time limit. What's up, dude?
No, I mean, like you can't donate in the same day.
yeah,
Like,
in
you
the
have
same
to-
day,
I think you have to
I mean,
wait a
that's
few
also
minutes.
another
like I have to
thing,
like
too.
come in like 5 minutes, so I don't
Speed
fucking
run?
No. Like,
Speed run?
like that's also another thing I heard too. Is like you have to like pretty much wait a week or something like that. Then you could go on ahead and do it again, because in that way, that's whenever the semen is very potent, and then it's just like
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. A little fucking what would you call that? Anatomy. I
Yeah.
guess. A little bit of anatomy for you.
yeah, a little
There
bit,
you go. Yeah.
a little bit in there.
But closing arguments on the main topic. So let's get back to the adoption versus conceiving.
I'm still really on the fence with it because it just depends on what time you are in your life, and you know, there's so many fucking factors. Dude.
See, yeah, but that's a good main point. Like I said, we mentioned that earlier. You know, it truly just depends on, you know, your situation. But You know, I feel like when it really comes down to it, you can either adopt or conceive or do both.
Or do both. I mean, there's some people that do both.
There's truly not a better answer, in my opinion. There's not.
No, because then there's gonna be like favorite childs and shit.
Yeah. I mean, see, and this is what I was a little too harsh on YK, I will say, because I do think that you can adopt a child and still raise that child and still teach that child good morals and everything. But you know, you can't be, as a child gets older, you can't be there all the fucking time. And you know, they're gonna learn things on their own, with or without you, your good moral teachings, and the child can easily manipulate through doing things like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, it goes both ways. A parent can do that, a child can do that.
Yeah.
Whether you're adopted or conceived, it doesn't matter when it really comes down to it, because either way, you know, you're gonna end up a certain way by your surroundings. Like I said, there's so many factors: by your surroundings, by your environment, by people you hang out with, by the way the people who adopted you or conceived you teach you, little things like that. You know, it's a bunch of fucking factors.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes down to it, I mean, shit, conceive, adopt, do both.
Do whatever.
And also, I guess
Tell
we
your kids
didn't
to
really
conceive, adopt, do both.
we didn't really talk about this, but I'll just throw this out there.
Go for it.
Since we're closing up, it's like there's also like the feeling of the person who like put up their kid for adoption. Like they probably think about, you know, what's that kid up to these days, and you know, they probably try to keep in touch a little bit in some kind of way. I'm sure.
Well, see, that's the thing. I feel like most people just usually go ghosts. The adopted child usually.
And that's
is
also
someone
another
that's
thing
fine.
too. Is like some people think that they go ghost and shit, and it's like no, they don't. It's just sometimes they just didn't have the opportunity to take care of that kid, and
well, see, that doesn't make sense, because why'd they get rid of the kid in the first place then?
Well, you got to think about it this way. Say
Just
they're
because
like in a really
couldn't.
bad. Yeah, or say they're in
they
a
got
really
rid of
bad
the kid
neighborhood.
because they couldn't fucking take care of it. They obviously couldn't take care of a child.
Which is probably better.
But that doesn't mean they have to keep up with that
because,
child. You know, that doesn't necessarily mean they have to keep up with that child's life.
That's a pretty responsible thing to do, but I've also known people.
Some people don't do that.
I've also known people who've almost put up or have put up their kid for adoption, and everything almost fell through, and then they changed their mind last minute, and they just took care of their kid, you know.
Yeah.
But
because I mean that shit will hurt. But I'm still on the more of the adopting side in my opinion, because I mean, hell, to be honest, there's like some shit that goes on in my family that I just kind of don't want to pollute the gene pool of human society. You know,
that's when you have to train your genes, dude.
Well, I don't think
train your genes.
Train your genes.
Yeah, so what are you telling me is
it's like ironing your genes, but training your genes.
But so what you're telling me,
like work out a bunch,
kind of,
or you know, it's just like, okay, well, I think this one is gonna have autism. I'm just gonna go on ahead and jerk off, and then wait another week. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah, I mean, in a way, yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, but then what if you get that one wrong load and
I won't disagree.
Well, I'm not saying that autism is bad or anything.
Right.
Just as an example, it's just like, well, fuck, and then you got to think about it this way. Then the kid has to deal with that for the rest of their life, and then they kind of have like that psychological like, fuck, I didn't ask for this, and then also, you wouldn't have to deal with, and also another thing too with birth parents too. Like, say, there's like some kids that are just like, I didn't ask for this, and think about it this way. You don't want that to be thrown in your face.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And it just fucking hurts some people, you know?
Exactly. But like I said, either way, conceived or adopted, whatever truth you learn, it's gonna hurt you either way.
Oh, yeah.
And that's big old facts, B.
Hey, life ain't easy, bruh.
Hey, man. And you heard it from the motherfucking bando, motherfucker.
Yeah, I guess we should wrap this up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Hey, guys, we want to thank you for tuning in once again to a very special Kyle the Great Oak fucking Tree episode.
Yes. And it was fucking really good.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Quan the Destructor.
Yeah, Young Cushy hit me up on Instagram at Platform0.
My name's Young Cushy.
Yeah, and this is Kyle the Oak Tree. Just follow me on Instagram.
My name's Kyle the Oak Tree.
At Kyle the Oak Tree. And you know what? My name is Quan, and I like to add double J's to my shit. And
Tune in next week where we will talk about should you abort your retarded child.